Hello, guys. Welcome back to our sixth episode of Cutting Deals. And in today's episode, we have Mason, who plays for the Tie Cats. What's up, Mason?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Chilling, dog.
What's up, Mike?
Dope.
So tell us about yourself, Mason.
Man, well, like you said, I play for the Tie Cats. Born in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Lived out here for now almost 3 years. Living ball, living the life.
What's called? How old were you when you first moved to Hamilton?
I got drafted here in 2021, so I would have been 22.
Where'd you live before that?
Man, I lived everywhere. I was born in Winnipeg, moved to Ohio when I was 2, back to Winnipeg, college in North Dakota, lived in Minneapolis when I graduated college, to Georgia, drafted here in Hamilton, and I live in Georgia in the off season. So bounced all over the place, but it's dope, man. Seeing different cultures and living in different areas, it's cool.
So how's the difference between America and Canada?
Everyone always asks me that, especially when I went down to the States the first time. It's different, but it's the same. Especially in this area, it's very Americanized. Like Toronto, Oakville, that it feels like I'm in the U.S. But you go to Winnipeg or Saskatchewan, you're in Canada. It's cold, it's dark. You feel like you're in Antarctica.
So when you first moved to Georgia,
yeah,
did anyone ever ask you how's Winnipeg? Is it just all snow?
They don't know anything about Canada. They know nothing about Canada. They think they're surprised I had an iPhone.
What?
Man, that's crazy story. I went to a football camp when I was 13, and these guys from Florida were like, "Man, what's Canada like, man? Y'all ride polar bears and moose to class?" I'm like, "Bro, what do you think Canada is like? We're only an hour north of major cities in the U.S. They're surprised that we had iPhones and we celebrate Christmas. That was the craziest one.
Celebrate Christmas.
I was like, do you know what Christmas is? It's a religious holiday. It's not an American holiday thing, man. It's man. They're I guess uneducated on Canada. For me in high school, I had to take American history to go play college in the U.S. These guys, they just don't. There's no reason for them to learn about Canada. So it's different in that way. But man,
how about Minnesota? Because I lived in Minnesota too.
It's pretty similar to Canada. I feel like they're used to the cold. It's dark there. But like I said, it feels like Toronto.
Yeah, you know what's super crazy? When I was in Minnesota, so I was there in the summertime, right?
Yeah.
And then a guy comes up to me on the beach, and I was like, "Yo, yeah, I'm from Canada." And stuff so it's still snowing there?
Yeah.
I was like, "Bro, you guys are more up north than us." You know, I was telling them.
Like I said, they're uneducated sometimes. I'm like, man, Minneapolis is what 2 hours south of the border.
Yeah.
It's not anything different than Minneapolis or the Minnesota area, but.
Minnesota is, bro, the snow in Minnesota is way crazier.
Colder
than Toronto.
Toronto, at least. Winnipeg, nah. Growing up,
Winnipeg,
man. Bro, minus 40 is normal. I never had a snow day growing up.
Minus 40.
Minus 40.
Minus 40.
Minus 40, hella snow. That is common. Like I said, we never had a snow day, bro. I remember
You never had a snow day and it was minus 40?
It happens yearly.
That's crazy. Remember if it's minus 40 for us in grade school, we're not allowed to go to recess.
Yeah,
really?
We didn't have recess. We didn't have recess, but school was still on.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. Was it very multicultural in Winnipeg?
Yeah, definitely. I think I had maybe 3 or 4 white friends growing up.
What?
It's
Winnipeg.
Wow. You'd be surprised.
That is so surprising because I think of Winnipeg, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan's different.
You know,
Saskatchewan's different.
I feel like it's not as multicultural as in Toronto. You know,
I would say more.
What?
More
in Winnipeg?
Yeah.
Was there a lot of Filipinos in
Tons.
That's crazy. That is so new to me, man.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. It's dope though, growing up that way. That's the difference between America and Canada. I say you go to a school in the U.S., it's probably all black or all Mexican or all white. Up here, you'll have a class of everybody from all over the world. So you learn so many different things about culture and stuff. That's one thing I like about Canada.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that in Winnipeg it snows a lot and stuff, right? And you being in the CFL, was there a lot of football out in Winnipeg?
Sports in general is huge in Winnipeg. It's a small city. So imagine if Oakville was the only city, and then after that, there's nothing around it. That's how Winnipeg is. Once you leave Winnipeg, it's farmland for hours and hours and hours until you almost get to Regina, Minneapolis, which is 7 hours away. For 7 hours, there's nothing around you. So the main thing to do is play sports. Everyone plays sports growing up. My high school, I think, had every sport you could think of: water polo, croquet, everything.
Croquet.
Like
What
croquet.
fancy ass school,
Yeah,
dog.
that's normal in Winnipeg though. Like every school has so many sports because that was the only thing to do. In the winter, you play indoor sports. In the summer, you play outdoor sports. For me personally though, I was always football. So I got forced to play basketball. I hated it. I think because I got forced on me. But like I got cousins who played hockey. Every sport you could think of, man. Like yeah, it's just it's like the only thing to do really. So
Nice. So where did you like play most of your high school? Was it in the States or Canada?
no, it was in Winnipeg. It was in
Yeah.
Winnipeg. So yeah, I went to Vincent Massey Collegiate in Winnipeg, on the south end of Winnipeg, and there's about like 25 high school football teams.
Yeah.
So my high school had just got a team 3 or 4 years before I got there, and the football is pretty competitive. I would say it's out here is a little bit more, but like Winnipeg produces some ballers. But yeah, man, like the
So what's
football-
like the recruiting process from from being like a high school football player in like Winnipeg, then all of a sudden now you're going to North Dakota to play D1?
It was wild. Like as a Canadian back then, it wasn't common too for Canadians to go to play D1 football. I remember when like this is like when Twitter was like kind of the hype thing in high school. I would make like a mock tweet and mock DM and send out after school to like 25 coaches. Like, hey, my name is Mason Bennett. I play football in Winnipeg, Manitoba. These are my stats. This is my GPA. Just notice me. Like, just look at my film.
So you were like
no,
promoting
that's
yourself.
sick.
You
Yeah.
gotta market yourself, man.
Yeah.
Like back then, like we didn't have like YouTube was a thing, but like it was for like bigger guys. Like you wouldn't just post your highlights on YouTube and get noticed. But like, yeah, I would tweet. I remember I love Nebraska. I tweeted at their head coach 20 times a day. I was like,
Whoa,
please
that's
just
crazy.
notice
Hell
me.
yeah,
Like,
bro.
please just see my highlight video. Just learn my name. Just anything.
Yeah, because
right?
Nebraska's
Yeah.
very close to Winnipeg, right?
Yeah, kinda. It's like 3 states away.
Yeah, but no, because like Minnesota, then
It's,
goes to
it's in the
Nebraska,
Midwest.
right?
It's in the Midwest.
yeah.
But yeah, man, the recruiting process is like as a Canadian is wild. You gotta go to camps. You gotta show out. You gotta do better than these Americans because it's so easy for them just to recruit in their backyard. You gotta show them a reason why to come up to Canada and to come notice you. It's a different process getting a Canadian to come to the U.S. with like immigration and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta show that you're better than these Americans and invest that they're gonna invest their time to come notice you.
Did you have to write an SAT for you to be able to?
SAT, all that stuff. ACT.
Oh my
I wrote the
gosh,
SAT
man.
twice. That was the hard. Like just prepping for that. It's dumb, honestly.
Mm.
There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that shit.
Yeah, it's just like a barrier they have probably.
Exactly.
Like for Canadian, they make
Yeah.
it so much more harder for like Canadian like football players or even maybe probably basketball players.
Just sports
know?
in general. Like I couldn't imagine like growing. Like luckily, my school had a program where they taught the SAT in Canada, which is uncommon. But in the States, like if you want to go D1, you have to have good grades. There's like a misconception that like no matter how good you are and you have bad grades, you can maybe get D1. No, that's not how it is. You
Was that always your goal to go D1?
yeah.
Did you have like a couple choices in mind before picking?
So I was getting heavily recruited by the University of Wyoming, where Josh Allen went. It was their former coached at North Dakota State, which is a school an hour south of North Dakota, which is 2 hours south of Winnipeg. And he went to Wyoming, and he knew my name because I was getting recruited to all the Midwest schools at one point. And Wyoming's it's bigger than North Dakota. It's called an FBS school, which means they have all full scholarships, which that was my goal. Full scholarship to a D1 school. And they came to Winnipeg, they came to my practice, they came to my house and sat in my living room, like talked about like their programs. And like at the time I wanted to major in psychology. So they're telling me about their psychology program, stuff like that. I visited the University of Buffalo, North Dakota State, all those Midwest schools, kind of all had interest in me, but I ended up committing to the University of North Dakota.
What was your
Nice.
favorite memory in University of North Dakota?
Favorite memory? Probably winning the conference title. It was we just went D1 5 years prior, so winning that for the first time in school history was big. And then I actually broke at the time he was my defensive coordinator. He played for North Dakota when he was in college, and I broke his sack record, which was sick.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was sick.
bro.
It's like passing the torch.
Yeah.
exactly. And it was hilarious because I was one sack away. And we had this joke that like my coach was gonna bench me for the rest of the season, so I
To
to
prevent-
prevent his record.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then it was actually cool. So a guy that I kind of mentored growing up, he ended up breaking my sack record 2 years after me.
Damn.
Was he from Winnipeg too?
No, he's American, but we actually Hamilton just signed him.
Wow.
Yeah, so
bro.
it's
Full
real, like everything
circle.
kind of went full
Crazy.
circle.
Yeah.
And then he told me, like I talked to him the other day. He's like, man, there's a kid coming up. He's a freshman. I talked to him the same way you talked to me. So it's kind of dope to see like everything kind of go full circle and that way. Yeah, it was dope.
What round did you get drafted in the CFL?
First, I went 8th overall.
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's
fire.
sick,
It
man.
was sick.
So, like, how do you feel about Hamilton?
I love it. It's similar to Winnipeg.
Mhm.
Like people are like gritty. They work hard. Like not everyone has like a lump sum of money, but like they like whatever you want, they're gonna go after it. And that's what I love. Like that translates to the football team too. Like
Mhm.
the way everyone works, we just want to get our money and get the Grey Cup. And like everyone just works hard. And
Mhm.
that's how Winnipeg is. It's cold, it's dark, it's hard. You just gotta work hard and make it somehow. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what.
2 months. Was it 2 months ago when I went to your game?
Yeah.
Yeah, was
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
It was
yeah.
2 months ago. That was the first time I ever went to a
What-
pro
what'd you
football
think?
game. Bro, that was so sick, man.
Bro,
like,
the Hamilton football culture is
yeah,
dope, man.
it's
Like,
crazy, bro. I was like,
Really?
whoa, like I didn't.
Yeah.
Bro, there were like the whole street was like closed out.
oh yeah.
And then like what
people be
what
tell-
street is that called?
Which one?
Like close to the arena, and like all the houses was like partying.
Oh
like,
man,
crazy.
they got Ty-Cat flags outside. People
Yeah.
are barbecuing at like 8 in the morning.
No
For
way.
like 8 p.m. game. It's really
Yeah.
that's how it is in the U.S. too.
Bro, it's
like
crazy,
tailgating.
bro.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all
exactly.
That's
tailgating,
dope.
and like it was super cool because I felt like, wow, like I know
Yeah.
Mason, you know, I know Miles.
Yeah.
That's how it should be in the
Yeah.
CFL, man.
You
Like
know?
like every city has their love for the game and like love for
Mhm.
football. Like I wish more teams had like a tailgate where the night before we did like a little speaking program. That's what we did in college, or like in the morning, like there's like a place for kids to play, and like there's like little concerts and pop-up shops. Like it should be like a full day celebration when there's a game.
But the whole community loves you guys, bro.
Man, it's dope.
Bro,
It's dope.
after the game, like they have this like was it like friends and family
Yeah, on
and
the
like
field?
fans on the field?
Yeah.
Bro, everyone goes there, just rushes to all the players, and all
Yeah.
the kids are like, whoa, like, bro, can you imagine like just a kid like that plays football and
Yeah,
like
that was
you get-
me, man. That was me
you
in
know what I'm
Winnipeg.
saying?
Like,
So yeah, you
going
get to touch
going to the Bomber games. Like I watched those guys. Like I remember being so little and looking up and like guys are like 6'4", 6'5", like my size now. But I was like, man, like I want to do this one day. And like,
Bro, that is so sick, man.
yeah, man, it's dope.
So I know you guys played Winnipeg for like the Grey Cup. For,
Yeah.
Tell us about like that whole. I know it might have been. It was probably bittersweet, because you're playing against your hometown, but
Mhm.
play for the Tie-Cats.
Yeah.
So
So,
tell us about that whole thing.
actually, my rookie season, it was right kind of like mid-COVID,
Mm.
and so there's no preseason. So week 1, my first ever game in Winnipeg. It was dope.
Mm.
First ever pro football game back in Winnipeg, where my last high school football game we played at the stadium. So it was like almost like a full circle thing too. We ended up losing that game, but like I had like 40 family and friends at the game, and like just seeing them in the stands, watching me play my first pro football
Were
game.
they
was
rooting
sick.
against you or?
Hell no. they all had 90 jerseys on with Tie-Cats, man. But yeah, back to your question. We ended up playing Winnipeg in the Grey Cup
Mm.
in Hamilton. My rookie year, we were up by like 10 going into the fourth quarter, and Winnipeg ended up coming back and winning it. But that was devastating. Like I said, 1, it was in Hamilton,
Mhm.
so we lost in front of our home crowd. 2, it was against Winnipeg, my hometown. And 3 was just my rookie year, which, I mean, we almost won the Grey Cup my rookie year, which would have
Yeah,
been sick.
That's
But
crazy.
to lose it against that team, it stung a little more.
Yeah.
For sure.
So how did you learn to adapt from like American football to
Mhm.
Canadian football?
Man,
Like from college to pro?
honestly, it was harder going from Canadian in high school to American in college. Just like the slight rule difference, the size of the field, stuff like that. It was harder to first learn it than rather to come back to it. Like being in college, like when I got drafted to the CFL, like I kind of remembered the rules and stuff like that. So no, it wasn't too bad. I actually prefer some of the CFL rules over the NFL rules. So it was nice to come back to it.
What do you think is the biggest difference when it comes to rules?
The rule, I don't know about the rules, but the size of the field. Like the size of the field.
Well, I
is-
didn't even know that the size of the field is different.
Bro, it's massive up here.
Yeah.
It is huge. Like
It's way bigger than.
It's
Really?
way bigger than
it's
the
23 yards wider and 10 yards longer, and the end zones are 10 yards longer, and the field goal posts are the front of the end zone. So like everything is just on a way bigger scale. So like playing DB in the CFL, different. You got almost like 50 more yards to cover
Damn.
while the
Yeah.
offense gets a
Yeah.
running start. Have you seen how
Yeah.
they like the motion?
Yeah.
Imagine like Tyreek Hill getting a running start with more field.
So it just you just go gunning, man.
Playing DB is tough in
Yeah.
the CFL, man. But yeah, the size of the field and like the speed of the game is just different up here. Yeah.
So like, what are your advice for like the future? Like, you want to be like CFL players? Like, what route should you think they should do?
I mean, it depends. Like, the college Canadian football game has definitely grown since I was in high school. But if you want to go D1, just work for it. Like you gotta market yourself. You gotta show that you're better than these Americans. And once you're there, then you figure out your next path. If you want to go to the NFL, you want to go to the CFL, you want to just play pro football in general. Figure out what you want to do and just work. Like the guys down there, guys in the States grow up only wanting to play football. There's no other option for the guys. In Canada, it's like, okay, well, maybe I come from more money. Maybe my family has this business. Maybe this and that. In the States, the guys are born and they only want to play football their whole life. That's the only route. So just try to like get someone off that route and beat them. It's tough, man. You gotta just outwork them.
So like as a pro athlete, like how do you give back to the community?
I do a ton of stuff. The Ticats do a great job of working with the community. We have like an actual community department where we'll go to like local high schools and like once a week we'll speak to them for like an hour, coach them, and then play again, and then coach them for a game too once a year. For me, I do a ton of stuff. I just finished doing a program with United Ways where I actually slept in my car. I think last weekend now. Yeah,
Luigi was telling me about that.
Bro, we could go tonight.
Yeah.
The coldest night of the year, bro. Different, man. That was an experience.
So like, how long were you in your car for?
I went in at 10 and I got out at 8 in the morning.
Wait, why were you sleeping in your car?
To raise awareness for homelessness and poverty in the Hamilton area.
Yeah.
I also raised just under $7,000 to
Nice,
That's good,
bro.
man. Good for you, man.
under to donate to United Ways, and then they actually matched 100% of that. So it ended up being close to like $14,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
bro. Hell yeah.
I had a sleeping bag. I was in the back of my car, like, bro, an hour.
Boy,
in.
you're huge, man.
An hour in, I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna do this, bro." It was. I can't even like.
Did you even
explain to
sleep? Like
No, like I do like cold tubs and like stuff like that. This doesn't even compare to it.
Wow.
Like, and I
no
couldn't
way.
imagine. Like I was prepared. Like I had blankets, sleeping bag, like a little mattress. I was in tights, sweats, winter parka, toque, mitts, everything, man. I couldn't imagine if I didn't even have a coat on.
Yeah, man. Because
Like,
in
yeah.
Hamilton, like you see, like
Oh yeah, it's
in
bad.
the streets, man. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man.
And like I was in my car, so I was out of the elements. And like it gets windy in Hamilton, man. Right off the water there. Like I couldn't imagine, but no, I do a ton of stuff with Hamilton. They do a really good job at marketing themselves in the community and giving back.
that's good, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
being a professional athlete, do you watch like any other sports too? Like do you watch like the NBA?
Bro, I don't even watch football.
Really?
I only watch football if my brother's playing. Like we watch so much film throughout the day that the last thing I want to do is come home and watch football.
Yeah, I could see
In
that.
the-
So
Yeah.
like not necessarily football. Like do you watch like the NBA or like
I'll watch
boxing?
highlights. I love highlights.
Yeah.
I just don't have the patience to sit down and watch a whole sport, like a whole game,
Mhm.
after just watching my practice for the last 3 hours.
Yeah, no, that makes
yeah,
That's
I could,
fair.
I could see that,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, and I think
I would just be so
that's common.
swamped
I think for
mentally.
athletes, like honestly, when I get home during the season, bro, I don't do anything. I literally lay on the couch and like stare at the ceiling. Like, I just need my brain to relax and like just shut down for a little bit.
You're just socially drained,
He's
fam.
just
Yeah.
Like being
That's our
around
new word, bro. Socially drained.
Yeah.
for real, man. Like being around like the team's like 60, 70 guys, like who are all alpha males, like who all have like big egos. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bro.
Like
Mhm.
all day you gotta constantly prove yourself. You can never like show any like sign of weakness, and to do that for like 22 weeks while playing football and like the physical, like being physical and like
Yeah.
turning your brain to liquid. Like
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Oh,
What do you
man.
do during like your downtime, like off season
Bro.
and stuff? Like do you travel?
Oh, in the off season, yeah, like, I love to travel. I got family spread all over the like North America, really. So I try to go visit them and just get away from football.
Yeah.
Like for 2
Mhm.
weeks after the season, bro, I don't even touch the gym.
Yeah.
You can't, man. You gotta take that like, a couple weeks to just let your mind and body and soul.
Bro, show him
just
your
calm
hands,
down.
bro. Look how crazy his hands is, bro. Like, no,
look
like
at
the
this,
see, look, yeah,
thumb.
see,
I don't know if you can see that.
his thumb is
Oh.
like crazy,
Yeah,
bro. Look at
so
this.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
dislocated.
tell him the story about this, bro.
You see that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
see his thumb, bro.
Yeah.
That's
It's crazy, bro. Tell him the story how you injured it and you
Bro.
still played.
Well, actually, okay. So my rookie year,
Yeah.
well, what a year. So like day 4 or 5 of camp, I got tripped up, put my elbow down, tore my UC in my elbow. It got misdiagnosed and I ended up wearing just a brace for like 4 weeks and it got fixed. Week 4 or 5, I was running, got pushed from behind and fell, dislocated my shoulder and tore everything in it. I was out for like 4 or 5 weeks. Came back, I'm in like a brace for my shoulder, brace for my elbow, And bro, this is
Did you
such
still play?
Oh, yeah, still playing. Yeah.
See, bro, this is crazy to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys
I would
remember?
be out for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember when
man.
Brandon Ingram, like,
Yeah,
what's it
yeah.
called?
Was it a toe or
has
something?
a bruised toe and he was out
Yeah.
for the season almost.
Bruised
Yeah.
toe.
I was
man.
like, what the hell is going on here? This man has a bruised toe. And like, I was talking to you about this, remember?
Yeah, I
I was like,
remember
I'm like, Mason's out here, his hand's broken, his arm is
Yeah.
broken. This guy's out here playing.
Bro, for football, it's
know?
different, man. Like after week 1, you're never healthy, because you do like through practicing games, you do so much contact and like you're just always moving that your body's never healthy. Some guys heal takes the whole off season just to heal.
Damn.
Yeah. So back to my injuries real quick. So yeah, my shoulder, elbow. Finally come back from my shoulder after like 4 or 5 weeks. I'm in a shoulder brace, elbow brace, and I'm like pumped up, man. I'm back, like.
This guy was just
rookie
injured. He
year,
said, I'm
bro.
pumped up,
like
I'm
my
back.
arm's like I look like a robot arm, bro. It's sick.
Yeah.
I remember first came back playing Sask. I run around the tackle, go to make the tackle and running back, and my roommate Jovan Santos knocks out JV. He's in Ottawa now, but we both go make a tackle, and his hand comes in my face mask, pokes me in the eye. And I remember laying on the ground. I'm like, damn, man, I just got poked in the eye and I can't see. I'm like rolling on the ground. I go to the sidelines, bro. My eye's bleeding. And the doctor takes the flashlight to my eye. He goes, man, we gotta go inside. We gotta take a look at this thing. I'm like, man, there's no way. I've just been out for like 6-7 weeks. Like, I'm not missing any more football for my eye. And anyways, ends up taking a flashlight to my eye, and it wasn't reacting to light. My pupil wasn't dilating, so he thought maybe my eye was literally detached from my brain.
Oh my
And-
God.
So I'm like, no, man, this can't be happening. Like, I just got back after all these crazy injuries. It's not my eye. Like, so I ended up I'm like, listen, man, let me sit down for 15 minutes, take a look again. I wait 15 minutes, takes a look again. It's finally reacting to light a little bit. So they put me in a tinted visor because I couldn't see in the light. Like, it was like, you know, when you get like kind of dizzy and there's like white lights everywhere. That's what I was like constantly. So they put a tinted visor on me. I go back out, have a sick game, like 4 tackles. My boys and I go out, my boys and I go out that night, and like I'm sitting there and I'm like, whoa, man, something's not right. Like the floor is moving like this. I feel like the walls are like wavy. The next morning I go to the optometrist. She looks at my eye. She looks at the machine, looks at me. She goes, yo, we're going to the ER right now. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, your retina's not even attached. I tore my retina, bro. I tore my retina. I had emergency eye surgery the next morning. And then I was out for 4 weeks with that. Get this. Come back from a torn retina and 3 scratches in my cornea. First game back against Toronto. Like I said, I'm on kickoff and running. About to make a sick play. My thumb gets stuck in this guy's jersey and he goes the other way. Bro, I'm like, I look at my thumb and it's literally pointing this way. I'm like, yo, this cannot be happening. This cannot be happening. Bro, this is all within 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Crazy,
Oh my
bro.
God.
Within 8 weeks. So then they tape it up. I get x-rays, MRI. They're like, man, you dislocated it. You tore everything. Your thumb's literally hanging on by like skin. Like everything inside your thumb is just gone. So they put a cast on me. I finished the season. We played in the Grey Cup. I ended up playing in the Grey Cup, which I have no idea how. Unfortunately, like I said, we lost. But the next morning after the Grey Cup, I had surgery on my hand and got everything connected back. And that was my rookie year.
Whoa.
That was one
Yeah.
season. That sounds
It's
like
kind
a
of
whole
8
life
weeks. This
story.
man just
Yeah,
basically,
right.
like, tore every single part of his nerve and broke every single part of
Bro.
his bones, bro.
Dude, and the eye was the craziest, man. 'Cause I remember being I was in the ER for my eye, and like there's people around me that like they only had one eye, or they had a patch on their eye, they're blind, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I'm thankful for my one good eye right now. Like that's how it was crazy, bro. And like at one point they were wondering if I was gonna have full vision again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
So you're all good now, like it's fully healed and
It's
everything.
fully healed, but I have floaters. So like when I look around, there's like little worms everywhere. I'll have that for the rest of my life. But
Better
it's
than
sick,
being
it's sick because
blind.
I got a prescription to wear a tinted visor every game.
Okay.
Because you need
yeah,
a
This guy's
that
like, yeah,
looks
that's sick. I
hard.
get free visors
right?
anyways, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of dope. Like I got that, but I mean it's not dope, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, the worst thing that happens to like barbers is like hair splinters.
Yeah.
Bro, I hate getting hair splinters, man.
Alcohol after that shit burns, man.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing, getting cut for sure.
We're like a bunch of wuss. You know what I'm saying?
Man, okay, the funniest story. So like before I became a barber,
Yeah.
and like I was in the process of becoming a barber and stuff like that, and Leo was like this, yo, like make sure you never wear shorts when you're cutting hair.
Yeah.
I said, why? And then I did it one time and I know why.
What happened?
Bro, You get hair splinters on your on
Come
your
on.
piece, bro. I'm not even.
Stop.
Yeah,
Shorts, bro.
Bro, I told Luigi
And
this.
it's the most uncomfortable feeling
on,
ever.
Yeah.
So every single time, like, bro, doesn't matter how hot it is outside.
Yeah.
I'm wearing pants or sweatpants, bro, because I never want to have that feeling ever again in my life. It's hard to take out.
Bro, that's worse. That's worse than the eye, bro. That's
Right.
worse
No,
than
it's
the eye.
not.
It is, bro.
I'd rather wear shorts than fucking have my eye poked out, man.
Yeah.
Bro, that
That's
is just so crazy.
crazy.
Like how much injuries like football players go through,
Bro.
and like you guys, like even when I went to that game, I don't know. I think it was one of your running back,
Mhm.
and like he dislocated, like I think like his index finger
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't know
Yeah.
if you remember.
Yeah.
So like
DJ.
he dislocated it, and
Mhm.
I just see like your health guy
Yeah.
just go like this,
Oh yeah.
just puts
Bro.
it back on, and the man goes back to another play.
Oh no, yeah. Like if you dislocate your finger stuff, you don't miss a play. Like I remember when I did mine. So I actually dislocated this one in college too. And I remember like I'm looking at my thumb and sideways. And I'm like, oh shit, this ain't good. Like when the play ended, I run to the sidelines. I'm like, yo, my hand. He comes out. I look away like this, puts it back in. I go out.
Whoa!
It's the worst feeling though,
my
bro.
God, bro.
It's the
Like
worst
football
feeling.
players go through some grueling stuff.
Yeah.
Not only that, bro.
Yeah.
Physically, that takes such a mental toll.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, like I remember, like after all these injuries, we had a bye week, and like I remember being in my Airbnb with my roommate, and I had a patch on my eye, I had a shoulder to my sling, and
This guy
I
was like black, the black Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
I remember like
Pirate.
I wanted to get a can of soup on the top shelf. I had to call my roommate. I'm like, bro, I can't even grab this can of soup.
Yeah.
I was like, mentally, that just
Damn.
like messed me up for a while, bro. Like, yeah.
That's crazy. So how do you like mentally prepare yourself from all these things?
Honestly, I don't think you can prepare for it, but just every time you go through something, you just build more scar tissue mentally that like makes you prepared for anything. Like, I tore my hamstring in college, and that was my first like major injury. And going through that process of not only trying to recover, but like heal my body, and like while missing like the game I love, that prepared me for my next injuries, type thing. So. I don't even know how like there's like nowadays there's like mental coaching and stuff like that, but like once you actually go through it, man, it's tough.
Yeah, bro. Like I
Yeah.
can only imagine.
Have you
'cause,
ever
like,
have you ever had a concussion
Oh yeah, I had one really bad one where I was knocked out
on the field?
on the field, bro. I was 16. I remember like I couldn't even like look in class for I think it was like grade 11 or something. I couldn't sit in class. Like I couldn't look at the whiteboard.
I've had 3 concussions too,
Bro,
but
wh-
on like dumb stuff.
You can get a concussion by falling down the stairs or
Yeah,
I don't know, tripping over the chairs. Like
yeah, I slipped. What it's called? Because I was new in Canada. I came from the Philippines and I
Yeah.
saw ice for the first time on the floor. I was
like,
like,
what
yo,
the hell
let me
is this?
slide on this. You know, Boom, I run, I slide on it, and
Yeah.
boom. You know what I'm saying, bro? I was
Yeah.
concussed for like a whole month. I was like,
yeah, bro.
it's like, where am I? You know,
Yeah, you're like a
it's
little
bro,
zombie.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And I puked after.
Oh yeah, bro. I was bawling
Yeah.
I was crying so hard.
Yeah.
I remember I don't remember, but like there's a video of me. I'm sitting in the silence after my concussion. I'm just bawling my eyes out. I have no idea why. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
No way, bro.
Yeah.
Well, we went to high school with this one kid. He played lacrosse.
Cross is
Remember-
wild, man.
Yeah, lacrosse is serious. So he was a keeper,
Yeah.
and then apparently he can't have like lights on like this,
Oh yeah. I'm not surprised.
like for like I think like 20 minutes or something. Like if he looks at any of these,
yeah.
massive headache.
Oh yeah.
He can't sleep and all that shit.
I'm not
man.
surprised, man. I've had a couple of teammates retire from head injuries.
Really?
Oh yeah.
At a young age, or
Younger than me.
damn.
Wow,
Yeah, man.
bro. Because of like CTE and stuff.
Well, CTE is like you get that after. So like it's hard to get CTE as a young guy, but like what you get from your concussions when you're younger, that's what CTE is when you're like 40, 30. Like nowadays they're finding CTE in younger guys, which is not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Oh
So
my gosh. That is so hectic, bro.
yeah, man.
Yeah, being a football player sounds hectic.
Yeah, bro.
It is, man. And I tell
'Cause
everyone this, bro.
I feel like everyone just sees like like the glamour of just like playing football. You know,
Yeah.
they never see like the outside of it.
No, man, it's way more. I was talking to a guy today. I say it's 90% mental than
Yeah.
physical. Like getting your brain mentally prepared to go smack someone in the head at 6 a.m. for practice when it's freezing cold out. Like that's not physical. That's mental.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Waking up at 5,
Yeah,
waking
bro.
up at 5:30 like every day. That's mental.
That's crazy. Because like even like the weather that you guys play on is hectic,
Oh my
bro.
God, bro.
Like what province do you think is the roughest weather that you play in?
Winnipeg or Sask?
Mm.
Sask is different because it's like the tundra. Like it's like Antarctica.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, bro.
Do you have any like aspirations to try and move over to the NFL?
Definitely. Like growing up, I always wanted to play in the NFL. Like I want to go D1. I want to go to the NFL. Luckily, like as a Canadian, the CFL is a great place for me and a great place for a Canadian to play football. But that's not my end goal. Like I want to play with the best of the best, and provide for my family.
Do you talk to
Hell
your
yeah.
brother about like the NFL and stuff?
Yeah, so my brother plays. Well, he played for Jacksonville last year.
Hmm.
I'm actually going to train with him next week. So hopefully, I'll get like once you're around those NFL guys, man, like you just feel so like mentally ahead of the game. Like being around people who are in the position you want to be in. It's crazy, man. It's life changing.
Yeah. Have you seen this interview with like Chad Ochocinco said about like the CFL?
Yeah. He
You
played in the
see that one?
CFL
Yeah,
for a
he played in
bit.
the CFL, and then
Yeah.
he went to the CFL thinking that like everything was gonna be a breeze.
Yeah. No. That's how
Yeah.
Americans think often. Like
Mhm.
we had guys who played like University of Alabama, Ohio State, who get cut for a guy that went to the University of Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
Like,
see?
yeah,
That's
so
what I'm
it's
saying.
a
like,
different
says a lot,
game,
yeah.
man. It's a different
Like,
game.
it's crazy how like CFL players are so like like looked down
Yeah.
compared to like the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, but you guys are like almost there, like almost identical with like the
It's
things
just
that you guys go through.
the only difference I would say is that like the American general public is more invested into the game.
Mhm.
Like football down there is religious.
Yeah.
Like it's like almost like how hockey is up here. Like
Yeah.
you know how you see like indoor hockey arenas and stuff like that? That's how it is for football fields in the States. How like where do you see like outdoor turf? Or like
Yeah.
indoor turf? Like I don't know how it is in Oakville, but in Hamilton we have like 2 or 3 places. That would be unheard of in the States.
Yeah, even like the high school arenas, bro, in the States is crazy.
Yeah.
Bigger than the
bro.
CFL stadiums.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Like it's insane because like when I was in the States and when I was living there for a little bit, like everyone in Minnesota,
Mhm.
you're either a Vikings fan or a
Yeah.
Packers fan.
Yeah.
And like when you guys see each other on the street, bro, you guys fight each other.
It's
after.
beef. It's on site.
I was like, damn, bro,
It's-
it's like this serious.
Bro,
out
it's
here,
on
you know?
site. It's religious. People's homes are decorated after their favorite sports teams. Like
Mhm.
you get your car painted in purple if you're a Vikings fan. Like
Mhm.
people run their day-to-day life around sports, even if they've never played it. Even if they're just a fan, like it's just different.
Yeah.
So
Did you guys see what's happening with John Morant in the NBA?
yeah, that's different, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't get it, man. Like you made it, bro. You made it. You don't gotta try to be someone you're not, man.
Bro, I think it's wild
guns
because
out here, bro.
I think the reason why he tried doing that is because they lost to Denver and their first seed. So Denver's first seed and Memphis is like trailing them, right?
Mhm.
And they lost really bad because like they were up in the third quarter. I watched the whole game. I bet on it.
Yeah.
I bet on Memphis, bro. I was cheesed.
Bro.
I would have done the same thing if I was John Morant. But, like this man just pulled out a gun. Like
Bro,
how could you do that?
Social media's running with it too, bro.
Bro,
it's
He's getting
crazy, bro.
He's getting mauled on social
Bro,
media.
because he's on some NBA YoungBoy shit, bro.
But like I don't
Facts.
understand
You know what I
why.
mean?
Like you're in this. You're gonna be the future of like you know the NBA.
Mhm.
You and Luka Doncic. You know.
Mhm. And
And then it's just like you pulling out a gun. This can easily just.
Did you see the way he held it too?
Yeah.
Fam? He held it like this. Like, what kind of gangster holds a gun like this, fam?
on IG Live.
Yeah, you see this like
Yeah.
holding it like this. I'm like, bro, like that looks so bad,
Bro,
like,
and he probably
you
made like
know?
what $20 million that game.
Yeah, you
Bro,
see?
you're not a gangster.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think just the people around him and like the whole culture.
I think so too.
You know,
Yeah.
like the whole culture around him just really is just like,
Yeah.
bro, he has shooters on payroll.
Yeah.
Like
Bro.
you're an
For
NBA
what,
player. What kind of
bro?
shooters?
Yeah.
Bro,
Like,
you see
know,
like
do
all like
need?
the Eminem jokes about he's like the equivalent of being from 8 Mile, like clearance from 8 Mile. You seen that the Twitter jokes?
I haven't been on my
You
God,
gotta,
like
That's
that.
you gotta check it out, man. It's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, man, Twitter is so funny,
Bro,
bro.
they're loving it. They're loving
it's like
it.
it's like it's like Reddit in a sense almost.
Yeah.
I love Reddit too. You
Bro,
know
Reddit's
Reddit?
hilarious. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Reddit's jokes, man. People don't care.
Yeah, but Reddit is like you could like anything you search up, bro. Like it just shows up.
Yeah.
You know, like I wish like more
There's no
platforms
filter
like
or
that.
anything.
a
You
little
know,
No filter.
You know how like Instagram, it's just like everything's blocked,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
Twitter and like Reddit, you go on there to watch all the
Bro.
things that you want to watch. You know.
Like Twitter in high school was different, man. Like
Oh,
Mhm.
so lit.
it was like moral and illegal. Like, like how are people posting stuff like this on social
Bro,
media?
even like YouTube
Yeah.
back in the days was super.
Oh yeah,
hectic,
YouTube
bro.
was
Yeah,
wild,
yeah.
man.
You know, super was wild. Yo, YouTube was crazy. Like,
yeah.
anything could pop up. You know.
bro.
Yeah,
even like
yeah.
Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Like
Facebook is
I remember when I
crazy
first
too.
got Facebook, bro. People were posting like we were like 13. People were posting like pictures with like tequila and stuff. I'm like, bro, what is wrong with us, man?
Oh, were you old enough to be on MySpace?
Yeah, I was on MySpace.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
MySpace was jokes.
Yeah.
Yo, MySpace
Yeah.
was jokes.
Choose your layout.
Yeah.
What was your music when you're going to MySpace?
Bro, I don't even know, bro. I think it was like Linkin Park or something. Bro.
Yeah.
that song
Because
with
he's
Jay Z.
from Winnipeg.
That song with Jay Z, bro. That shit was lit.
Because he's from Winnipeg, so he's just on some Linkin Park stuff. You know?
Bro,
I grew up with hockey
I
players,
remember
man.
being in high school, like Twitter beef was the best.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
When
yeah.
girls used to talk shit,
Yeah.
and then you'll see them the next morning, they don't even look at each other.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow, that was whack.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
on Twitter, it's lit.
Yeah, there's always that one guy in high school that's like super popular on Twitter.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
he's just in the corner in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's just like,
Yeah.
oh, that guy's booming on Twitter, but like he's just in the corner, like you know, like
tweeting his
tweeting all the time.
You got that one friend who just doesn't care on Twitter, who like replies to all the tweets and is like cussing and tweeting at people saying this and that. Like I had one buddy who, bro, like I don't know, when he used to tweet in high school, I'm like, bro, how's this guy gonna get a job when he's older?
Oh,
Like if his employer,
Right.
So I'm not gonna,
He's not
I cleaned up my
thinking-
Twitter
oh
already.
yeah,
Because
No,
like, I was
yeah.
like, because when
Yeah.
I was younger, I used to tweet some crazy ass shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like things that like, oh, like, I don't know. Like I said some things that are really, really bad.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
not
know.
repeat it.
Yeah,
Just leave
that's
it
not
there.
what I'm
Don't
saying.
say it.
But
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. You know what I mean? Like,
But
you know,
looking
like,
back at it, you're like, bro, what was I thinking, man?
yeah,
Like,
bro. Like I was like, man, like damn, this is crazy. Like I think I'm like that's why like I think like this was last year, and I just looked down all my Twitter. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that's not good. I was
Yeah.
like,
Delete that, delete that.
Yeah,
No, you know
deleted
why?
a
It's
lot of
because
stuff.
Leo's married now, bro. That's why.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty
like,
sure
yeah,
because my wife
kinda.
has seen it too. I've known her since I was 10 years old, so she's seen all my tweets. So
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah, the internet used to be crazier. Even World
Yeah.
Star, man. That
World
was
Star was the
that was
best.
unfiltered.
Yeah.
Bro.
I
Everything.
love World Star.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Vine,
World
the
Star.
Vine weeks.
Yeah.
Every Friday night at 10 p.m. I would be like, "Yo, let's watch World Star."
That's the OG
Compilation.
TikTok.
Yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
hood, it's like hood
Yeah,
TikTok.
yeah.
Wow, bro, we're
Yeah.
so old. We're just reminiscing. And just like, yeah, I remember when I was in the library at 14, just going through my iPad and like, you know,
Bro.
just watching World Star.
Bro,
all
nothing
day.
crazier because I remember, you know how Pop Smoke he did a song with like 50 Cent's window. Is it window?
No,
shopper?
Miniman.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So what's it called? I played 50 Cent like at the shop, and I was cutting a kid. He was probably like 13 or 14,
Yeah.
and he goes like this: "Yo, who's this fugazi Pop Smoke?"
on.
Yeah.
I swear, bro, I was there.
Yeah.
I was
Stop.
there.
Leo was there, and then we roasted this kid so hard. We're like, "Yo, you know this is like the original, right?"
Yeah.
That's
See,
tragic,
that's
bro.
how old we are.
That's
fam.
how
That's
old
tragic.
we are, man.
Crazy,
Have you ever heard
bro.
of Yik Yak?
No.
Bro, we had that in college. It was like Twitter, but it was only for like the local area.
Oh yeah,
And it
yeah,
was
yeah, I
anonymous.
remember this.
Oh,
It was
it's
anonymous. Like you,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so like you'd be like, oh, a party at Lambda tonight, which is like a frat,
Mhm.
and like people would just show up, bro, and you'd be like, damn, Lambda sucks, like this and that. But
No
like it was
way.
anonymous, and people were savages on it, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
bro,
sure, bro.
I remember Yik Yak was like a thing when I was in college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember in London, it was really big
detached
in
from that,
London.
Because
You
like I
went to
never went
Western?
to college.
No, I went
Oh.
to Fanshawe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Luigi
Yeah.
was not smart enough to go to
No, I
Western.
wasn't-
Come on,
I
dog.
wasn't
Did you party in Western though?
Yeah. all
Yeah,
the time.
I went to Western for homecoming with Miles last year.
Oh, Brofdale.
Oh,
Yeah, Brofdale
Yeah,
was
bro.
crazy.
Yeah, it's
Bro,
wild.
Brofdale has like,
bro, London is crazy, bro.
London is
bro.
super
I think that's in the U.S.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
bro, homecoming. So there's FOCO, which is fake homecoming, and
Yeah.
then HOCO. But you only want to go to FOCO.
Yeah.
So FOCO is like the same time, like where like everyone just shows up. Bro, I remember one year there was like 8,000 students on one street. Which
Oh yeah,
was
and they burned down
That's
the car,
wild.
right?
And they burned down the car,
Yeah,
yeah.
wild.
they burned
Bro,
down a police car.
I'm pretty sure
yeah.
like Nelk Boys went to
They did.
Western. And
Yeah.
That's wild.
Well, I used to visit Luigi, right?
Yeah.
So like I go to like London with him and stuff, and so I was already making money at the time. Like
Yeah.
I was a server and I was making loot already, right? And then I was at like a pizza place, and at the time like I had no credit cards and stuff. I only had cash.
Yeah.
So like I pulled like a stash. It was like I don't know. It was like $2,000 or whatever. It was only $2,000, and then the whole place stopped, bro. I was like, and then Luigi goes, "Yo, what the hell are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm paying for the pizza, like you know, because I guess he didn't want me to get robbed. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Because bro, people will rob you in
yeah,
London,
bro.
man.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, and like the place he lived in, bro, was like a garbage can, fam.
Really?
Like, I was
Oh,
like,
no.
I was
I
like,
love
bro.
that place.
Yeah.
Though. That place was like so small. small, and I was just like, man, this place.
I think it was like,
sucks.
probably like 200 square feet.
But then you appreciate the shit now though.
yeah,
After you
yeah.
go through stuff
Oh,
like
I
that.
can't do that, man.
Really?
Yeah.
No, man.
Leo
Bro.
lives
Yeah.
too much of like a.
That was the
lavish-
student life,
Yeah,
man.
it's a
Yeah,
student life.
man.
I can't do
In the
that, bro.
dorms.
Yeah.
Bro, I
Bro.
remember being a student, and like every Friday, my treat to myself was to buy a Subway.
That is
How sad is that?
I wasn't down bad that bad.
Not that bad, man.
That's not me, fam. I was like, yo,
Bro, I'd be
not
like
you,
this.
bro.
I'd be like, yo, what should I get? I like Subway Club.
Foot long
bro.
or 6-inch.
Yo, Subway Club is like my favorite, but I know it's like $9. But like
Yeah.
a meatball foot long was like $6 at the time. I'd always go for the $6 meatball, bro.
Bro, tell him about that guy that he was his roommate, and you know what Fast Eddies are?
No.
So it's like this burger chain in like in London and like
Yeah.
Waterloo and stuff. Bro, it's fire.
It's fire,
Really?
Bro, the
it's a
chili
sick-
cheese
yeah,
fries
it's a
Yeah.
is so good, bro. And
That's
every
dope.
time I go to London, I was like, yo, I gotta have some Fast Eddies. You know?
Yeah.
So they have these little deals for like $1 a burger on like a Tuesday or whatever. And then like his roommates on like Tuesdays, he will buy like 10 burgers,
Yeah.
put it on the freezer, and then microwave it.
Microwave it, yeah.
No.
Yeah, bro. I was like,
Bro,
yeah.
I've never seen him eat anything else except for Fast Eddie's. And I think he was Nigerian or Ghanaian.
Mhm.
So he just ate jollof like the whole entire time, bro.
Was he
I was-
massive?
No.
Really?
He was so small, bro.
Damn.
And I was like
man.
this, yo, you're eating rice again? And he's just like, yeah. I'm like, you
Bro.
want some of my food? You know, like, because my mom, bless me, every time she'd take me to Costco before, like,
Oh yeah, my mom
taking
did
me,
the same.
you know,
Yeah.
taking me to London and stuff. So I'd have like steak, chicken.
Yeah.
And every time I'd be like, yo, let's eat together and stuff. And I'll be like, yo, what are you making? He's like, yo, I'm making like rice. I'm like, just rice?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. So like I'll be eating
Damn.
steak and
Bro,
stuff.
this guy was mooching
Just
off me so
rice.
hard in college, bro. It's crazy. And you know what's crazy, bro? He had more money than me when he was
Yeah.
in college than when I was working because I was spending all my shit.
Yeah, but
Really?
like
You know what I
like I
mean?
said, man, Leo likes to live that lavish life.
Yeah.
man. I don't know
Bro,
why.
I would, let's say I would make like $1,000 in like a week, right?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, whatever, $1,000 a week, and I end up spending like $2,000 that week. You know
What?
what I mean? I'm like that type
What?
of guy.
Leo's
You know
crazy,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
How
Like,
old
I
were
was
you?
that type of. I was like, so at the time I was 21.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Bro,
21.
I was the exact opposite, bro. I still to this day I hate spending money.
Oh, yeah, see, that's just very difficult for me and you. You know?
Really?
So like Luigi, like this guy used to mooch off me so
All the
hard
time.
Yeah.
that like
I
I
was
paid.
smart. I would
I've
do
been
that.
paying for his
I was
cell phone
smart.
bill. I've been paying for his cell phone bill since he
Yeah.
was like what, like 17.
17. You
Yeah.
see that?
That's a good brother.
Yeah,
See
bro.
that?
But he had more money than me.
Oh,
It made
yeah.
no sense.
That's how it works, bro.
But that's
how
why
it
I'm the
works.
little brother, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
ask the would you rather questions.
Oh, okay. So
Uh-oh.
I have a question for you. Since you're an athlete,
Mhm.
would you rather live in a world without technology or a world without sport?
I mean, how can you define technology? Like,
So like iPhones and just like
Oh, yeah.
everything, just like
without that, if I didn't need my phone and social media for like work and like marketing myself, I would throw that stuff away. I hate that stuff.
really.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
How about you, Aji? Would you rather have no technology or no sports?
I feel like I don't know, man. Technology is very important to me because like that's how I gain clients, you know. And I feel like I
But
can't
what about like flyers or like
Yeah.
word of
No.
mouth? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No.
too
There
old
was
school for me,
barbers
man.
back in the
That's
day
too
without
old school for
technology.
me.
Too old school.
Yeah.
Newspapers.
Yeah, no,
put an ad in the newspaper.
Yeah.
No, but like sports, I love sports too.
Yeah.
You know, I bet a lot. Like a lot. And like
How
I'm
could you
at the gym-
bet?
What?
How could you bet on sports? If
Yeah, but there's no technology.
Yeah.
Need a bookie.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, actually, no, because in the Philippines, when they do like cockfighting and stuff,
Yeah.
they just have a guy go like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, you
Those
guys
guys
have
are
to
crazy.
You have to
bro.
search this up on YouTube right now, like Filipino, like cockfighting. It's chickens like boxing basically. They're just, like,
Bro, is it to the
fucking
death?
each other up.
Yeah, to the death.
To
bro.
the
Bro,
death.
they have
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's crazy,
bro,
bro.
it's
They have
the
little
craziest
swords,
thing
It's like
ever.
a
bro.
huge arena. Like I'm talking about like probably like 2,000.
I think I've like, seen it in movies, like when
Bro,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
so it's like an Asian thing. But like I remember we went back to the Philippines like in June.
Yeah, we showed you
like
our
last
uncles,
year, right?
Like
Yeah.
what is it called?
So
Like chickens.
since there was COVID there, apparently there was like virtual like
Yeah.
Like they-
cockfighting. I'm not
like they were
I'm so-
streaming it.
Bro.
Yeah.
It was like
$1,000 on cockfighting.
Bro, it was like the most bumping thing in Asia
Mhm.
was like virtual. Like you would just watch chickens fight.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Bro.
And you
Bro,
put
it's
your house on
wild,
it.
bro.
Bro, you people.
Mhm.
I remember I was talking to what's it called, one of our cousin, like Katrina. Remember? She was telling me, she's like, yeah, like so many people lost like their house. So many
Damn,
people
man.
lost like so much money because of
Over
chickens.
2 chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's
It's
big there, man.
crazy,
There's
bro.
like
It's
a
huge,
room here, and
bro.
they're like
Yeah.
farming them and like training the chickens.
Yeah, yeah. Our
It's
uncle
like
owns-
dog fighting.
Bro,
like,
our
basically.
uncle
No,
owns like
bro, it's
a.
crazy, bro. You have to watch it
bro,
on
these
YouTube,
chickens
bro.
scary. Like,
Yeah.
would they attack you?
No, they won't attack you, but like once
Probably.
you put them,
Yeah, they're
Honestly,
aggressive,
probably,
bro.
they won't attack you. So basically, what every time they see another chicken, they're just ready to fight.
Yeah,
bro.
they're ready to
Bro,
fight.
I'm
Yeah.
so invested in this chicken fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, it's crazy. So like, so you see every single old man,
Yeah.
like in the Philippines, have his chicken, and he's walking around the street looking
Yeah.
for a person to fight his chicken.
It's on site.
Bro,
Yeah.
I swear, bro.
It's on site
yo,
for the chickens.
It's a huge part of the culture there,
That's
man.
wild,
Bro,
bro.
So
That's
there's two different fights. I'm not even joking, bro. So like a practice like fight for the chickens is they have
gloves.
many gloves.
Yeah, I'm
Stop.
Yeah.
I'm not even
So they
joking,
don't
bro.
stop.
That's like
Yeah.
the funniest shit ever, bro.
Yeah.
They look like little Manny Pacquiao's, bro.
But wait,
The
do they have-
gloves.
They just go
They
like
hit
this,
with their
they
little
kick it.
arms?
No, they hit it with the arms.
They don't
like-
have arms.
So
They-
Like their
No, they have
legs
like
or
the
whatever.
legs.
Do chickens
Yeah.
have arms?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they-
I'm tripping.
Like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even joking, bro. You gotta
You have to
up,
watch
man.
it. You have to
It's
watch
sick. But
it.
like the legit ones where like they bet and stuff,
Yeah.
they have a blade.
Yeah, it's like a knife that looks
It's like a
this.
knife. It's like, bro, I'm pretty
It's
sure.
like, is it
that's
man-made or like,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah, yeah,
part of
yeah.
the chicken?
Yeah,
No, it's
exactly.
man-made.
Yeah, it's a man-made. It's a man-made like knife. So like it's like this big, right? And it's
they
like
tie
And they'll
it
like
around.
strap it
this.
to their leg.
It's like this, right? And they attach it to the leg,
Yeah.
and then like when the what it's called, when the chicken like goes like this, and like the chicken would like use its feet to like slash it,
Yeah.
like it slash its wings and stuff, and like so like they have like a 10-second count too. So like if the chicken doesn't stand up, I swear, bro,
Bro, it's not
That's
joking,
wild,
man.
bro, like, as
No.
a kid, bro, like
Yeah.
and like I said, like in the Philippines, like in the arenas,
Yeah.
they don't bet through like machines. So they
Yeah,
have
yeah,
guys who are like, let's say, like if I stare at you and like let's say, 10,000, even if you just move one bit of your hair, bro, they'll be like, you bet 10,000 on this chicken.
Yeah.
Wow. And
Like,
keep-
they
and
know.
just like mentally keep track?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
mentally keep track.
Yeah.
And bro, there's probably like
what did they call that, Lauren? Like the people that does the betting in the, what do you call that again, Bobito? There's a word for it. It's
Really?
like, yeah, they're like gods of chicken fighting.
Bro, is there
basically.
like a famous chicken that was like undefeated?
No, I
I
don't
don't
Like
know.
Michael
Yeah,
Jordan of
maybe.
chicken.
Like,
There
yeah,
definitely
yeah,
is.
like
Yeah,
the Mike
bro.
Tyson
But
of
yo,
Yeah,
the
Mike Tyson.
craziest part about like
I
this,
bet there is, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
there
back in the day,
definitely-
there's like a famous chicken that went like 100-0 or something, bro.
Bro,
That'd be
can you
crazy.
There's a statue of him.
he retired.
Then they cooked his ass.
After 10 fights or 100 fights or whatever, you're like, all right, this chicken is goated.
Yeah.
You know, like, they just
So yo, it's funny how you said that. Like, they cooked his ass, but I'm not even joking, bro. This is what happens. So in the Philippines, like, let's say like me, I have a chicken and Kevin has a chicken,
Yeah.
and his chicken loses. I can take his chicken and I can just like cook it. They,
Bro, there are chickens
Bro.
that like $10,000, bro.
Yeah, bro, they fry the
Right.
chicken. They turn it into chicken adobo. I don't know if you know what
Wow,
that means,
that
but
hurts.
yo, it's like it's a
That's
legit
wild,
thing, bro.
Crazy,
Bro, that'd be
bro.
devastating, bro. First your chicken loses, then you watch your chicken get
Yeah,
Yeah.
get eaten by your
my grandpa-
opponent.
okay, this
That's
is a
devastating,
true story, bro.
bro.
This is a true story. So my grandpa gave me a fighting chicken, right?
Yeah.
And I raised it from when he was like a baby, and like what is called told it's enough. So like I was like that old man that was carrying my chicken. I'm like, look, I have a fighting chicken because it's
Yeah.
cool when you have it when I was a kid, right? And then once it was old enough, bro, my dad literally goes like this, "Where's your chicken?" I said, "Here you go, daddy." Like, you know, and then bro, my dad slaughtered my pet chicken, bro, and I had to eat it, fam. Yeah, bro. Do you remember that, Aji?
Yeah.
And then my dad was such a savage, bro. Like, so when my dad,
Did you name it?
no, I didn't name it. It's just
Oh.
like so like
Okay,
so
in the
I-
Philippines, you're not supposed to name any like animal.
Really?
Yeah, like
For that reason.
for that
for-
reason.
yeah,
exactly.
So
Be
like
attached?
even my dad, like he brought pigeons, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. Brought pigeons, and then I think 3 nights after, he's like, "Yo, okay, where's your pigeon?" I was like, "Right here." You know, like I was so happy giving it to him. And then, bro, we had pigeon that night.
Yeah.
bro, I swear, bro. So like, and like the way my dad, cause my
Was it
dad,
good at least?
I don't remember. I was
Oh,
I was
about
a
to say,
kid,
bro.
bro.
yeah. So the way,
It's
so
just
the way
crazy
people
how
slaughter
like
it
you
too
know
is
in
crazy.
Asia,
Mhm.
in Asia everything's so different from here. You know,
Yeah.
because you know you growing up in Winnipeg versus me and Leo growing up in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Completely
Oh, I
different.
bet.
Yeah.
I
You know?
bet.
Bro, it was crazy, but I was so sad. I was like, I didn't even want to eat my chickens, man. I'm like, this is my pet, bro. Like, why do this? Like, my grandpa gave this shit to me. You know what I mean?
That's wild, bro. I had a buddy who was in the military overseas, and they fought scorpions. Like they would find a scorpion and put it like in a little box, and then fight the scorpion to the death.
Bro, we fought
Damn.
spiders
Yeah.
when we were
Yeah.
kids.
Spiders? That's wild.
Spiders,
Yeah.
yeah. So in the Philippines, there's always like different seasons for like different types of toys and stuff.
Yeah.
So like in the Philippines, you don't really get toys. You kind of just like look for things that like you'll think will be fun, you know?
Right.
So one of the season is like fighting spiders. So we sell spiders to fight each other and like we bet on it.
Well,
As a
back-
young
Really?
bro, I think that's the reason why I'm so addicted to
Yeah,
gambling.
we have a gambling
Is because like everything in the Philippines you bet on.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
everything in
Like
the Philippines
every single
you bet on.
basketball game. Like
Yeah.
I say, even if I play 1-on-1 against you, right?
Do you guys bet like on like NBA
Yeah, they
teams?
have
Like
that
it's
too.
all
Yeah,
overseas,
yeah,
or is
they
it
have
more
that
like
too, no.
local stuff?
It's more like PBA, so they have like their own like
yeah.
kind of NBAs in a
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
So
But
Bo-
like
bo-
anything, like anything you can bet on, like
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
bro, Kevin
Like-
knows this.
like
man.
person to person, like
Person to person.
everything.
Bro,
Really?
there was this
Yeah.
one time I beat Kevin $1,200 in 2K.
Well, like, would you bet on like cutting hair?
Huh? Oh well, like you could bet like,
Like
on,
stuff
the,
like
on the
that?
haircut, for example. So like say if okay, let's play rock paper scissors or whatever, and be like, okay, now you owe me a haircut. And if
Yeah.
you don't do it, bro, like you get your ass beat.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that's how crazy it is in the
Really?
Philippines. Like so, like one time when we were in the Philippines and we played basketball against these farmers. They're all farmers, bro. And then I think it was like $10. The fight was $10.
Yeah.
And then they were wearing no shoes. They're playing basketball bare feet.
Yeah.
And like they're playing, you know. And then we lost. Like me and Luigi lost, and then like they're like, "Yo, where's our money?" But prior to that, we won because like, and I felt so bad. I was like, "Yo, I don't want your money, bro."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, bro, like, I don't need your $10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when we lost, they're like, "Yo, we're gonna kill you if you don't pay us the 300." I was like, "Oh
That's
god."
wild, man. Is sports big over there? Like boxing's big, isn't
Oh,
it?
boxing's big.
Boxing's big.
Miles, so actually, Miles wants to start up this football academy.
Yeah, he was
like,
telling me about
you know,
that.
in the Philippines, because just so like put more awareness for
Yeah.
Filipinos with football. Because, bro, I think Filipinos would be amazing football
For
players,
sure.
man.
For
Because they're
sure.
so
Big-ass
fast.
calves, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like the runners, bro. I'd say we'll be good running
Yeah.
backs. I think, you know.
Definitely, bro. Any position, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't know about like linemen and stuff because we're,
Yeah,
we're,
'cause we're
all
too
short,
short,
you
man.
know.
Yeah.
But we're
You
all
never
like
know.
thick though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like the guy would be like 5'6", but like 300 pounds.
That's jokes.
Yeah, close this up, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for listening to our 6th episode with Mason here. Mason, you can tell us about how they can reach you and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Mason Bennett 55. I'm posting football content. I do community work. I'm big in photography too, so look on there, hit me up, and ask me questions about
Yes,
anything. And
sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate you for coming, bro.
yeah, man. Thanks for
Yes,
having me,
sir.
bro. That was
Yeah.
sick. That was sick.
Hey.